Action Andy here with Naked Wood. Now, watermelon is not wood, but it's one of my favorite things to eat. And I call it butchering the watermelon. I got to chop it up. I've got all my Tupperware containers, and what I do is I cube it up, put it in the containers, and put it in the fridge. And that way I've got watermelon on demand, let's say. Now, there is many ways to do this, I'm sure. But I've gone online in YouTube, and like everything, that's how we try and do things today. So I cut it in half first. I've got 2 knives. I'm going to take it now and tip it face down. I'm going to cut what I call the heel off. Just a little bit of the rind. Same on the other side. Trying to get as close as I can to the melon itself so I don't waste much. And the way I found best to do this is stab it down, push it across, and I make them about 2.5 inches in diameter or thickness. Spin it around, come on the other side, and finish them off. So now I've got a bunch of slices. So I take my slices, I'll put these over here for now, kind of jam for space. So I got my, well, let's put it there. So now I'll take my smaller knife, put cuts down, lay it down, and of course it doesn't get all the way down. So now I take my knife and cut out as much as I can without getting the rind itself in there. These pieces here I'll cube a little smaller, put them in my tupper, and I'll continue on doing that same sort of thing. It's easier with the center pieces, I'll call them, than it is with the ends, because the ends, of course, got a hell of an angle on them. But I eat watermelon every day. You get very dehydrated doing the kind of work that I do. Of course, you consume a lot of water, but water doesn't taste that great. Watermelon does. And it's also a good way to make friends if you share your watermelon. Who doesn't like watermelon? Well, I met a few people that don't, but we don't care about them. So you can see I got a bit of the rind on there. I'll just trim it off. It's not a scientific type thing, but I try and keep them down to a good sized cube. If I get them smaller than that, juice seems to drain out of them pretty quick. So it takes about 5 days to go through this watermelon that I got here. So there's my first tupper up, and I'm probably going to fill 3 of these, 4 of these. I'm going to leave off on this and just wrap it up. Well, you can see I got just about 3 Tupperware containers out of the 1 watermelon. And of course there's watermelon juice everywhere. My wife's scampering around cleaning behind me because I make a hell of a mess. And it's a good thing I got my safety glasses on, because I've got watermelon juice on there on my face. Got my apron, but of course some parts are exposed. They got watermelon juice on there. So I'm hoping to have that removed a little later. Thinking all the time. So watermelon juice is your friend.